Yep. Going live, folks. We are going live in about T-minus 20 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. Oh, listen to that. The count getting lower and lower. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, we ain't at one yet. Well, we're live now, y'all. Hey, what's up? What's going on, everybody? Another exciting day in the NFL, wild card weekend, and trust me, it was definitely a wild one tonight. I mean, when I tell you down to the wire, clocking, look, not overtime, but down to the wire, clock hitting zero, almost going into overtime, not making it. The Bucks and Buccaneers game. The Commanders and Buccaneers game. I'm talking about Bucks and Buccaneers. It's the same thing. No, but a wild one tonight, man. Very good game tonight, all the way down to the wire. Both teams fighting hard. They played like they wanted it bad. I'm not gonna lie. Listen, the Commanders. Hey, that's a cause for concern right there with them Commanders, man. I'm telling y'all right now. Hey, Detroit's still the scariest team in the NFL right now. They're still the scariest team right now. It's just my opinion. Detroit Lions are still the scariest team right now. Baltimore, played pretty good. Pittsburgh, they're not moving on from Mike Tomlin. They're keeping them, so y'all might as well just go ahead and suck it up. Get y'all another quarterback or whatever. But Bills Mafia, Buffalo Bills, proving to be that, they belong. Also, Philadelphia, very fought game. Fighting hard to beat the Packers, and the Packers almost winning that game. Believe it or not, they had a lot of turnovers though. So, in retrospectively, I think the Packers beat themselves. Bills, like I said, winning convincingly today, and also with that thriller that just came off with the Commanders and Bucks game. So, yeah, a lot of exciting football today. A lot of teams got their energy. Now, next weekend, next weekend might be some old NFC Championship de facto type playing next weekend. So let's go ahead and get to these scores real quick and go to, playoff brackets, who gonna go where and who gonna do this and who gonna do that. Let's go ahead and get into these scores and commentaries and things of that nature. Not here right now. I'm sorry. Let me hit this right here real quick. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get into it in a minute, y'all. Just bear with me for a second. I just want to make sure this thing update. Oh, there it is right there. All right, so it did update. Just kind of basically just kind of updated. I get this in a second though, but yeah, it's just updated. So I'm gonna get that in a second. This is Curtis' Beach report. But go ahead and get into these scores real quick. Of course, starting out today, like I said, I did the Ravens. I did the Texans and Chargers game. Chargers, Texans, and Steelers and Ravens games yesterday. I won't even do that tonight, but I'm also going to get into those matchups that are going to be coming up. But starting out today, yes, the Broncos, the Orange Crush, got crushed today. Broncos 7, Bills 31. Bills came through like game busters. Racking up and everything. And the Broncos look very promising on their first drive, scoring a touchdown, on the opening drive of this wild card game. But that's pretty much the only thing that they did score. Bo Nix, 144 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Bo Nix also with 43 yards rushing. And pretty much Troy Franklin from the Broncos, 54 yards receiving, 1 touchdown. Cortland Sutton at 75 yards. And pretty much didn't get much. And then the Bills also with 1 sack as well. And Buffalo, Josh Allen and company, they weren't having it today. Them boys came through like game busters. So 272, the Bills 31. Josh Allen, 272 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. James Cook, 120 yards rushing on 23 carries with 1 touchdown. Curtis Samuel, 68 yards receiving, 1 touchdown. Ty Johnson with the touchdown reception as well from the Bills. Also with the Bills with 2 sacks today. And not only that, also with Tyler Bass kicking 3 field goals. And the Bills, they got their energy. Congratulations to the Bills. They're gonna be hosting the Ravens next weekend. But my bad. I'm gonna get into that. I'm gonna get into all that stuff in a minute. But the Bills, they definitely got the energy. You know, I thought, you know, many of us thought that, at least just in my opinion, I think with the Bills lost Stephon Diggs and a couple of receivers that they would, you know, struggle, but came through, pulled it out, and they played today. I think they hadn't played Denver in the playoff game in almost 30 years, maybe more than that, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while since they played the Bills in the playoff game, and believe it or not, the Broncos and the Bills are the charter teams. You know, two of the charter teams of the AFC before the 1970 merger. So, you know, it had been a long time since they played each other in the playoff game. But the Bills, they definitely got the energy today. Let's go ahead and move on to the Philly and Packers game. Yeah, Eagles-Packers game, fly Eagles fly. You know, Green Bay, Packers, 10, Philadelphia, Eagles fly, 22. Listen, Jordan Love, what's crazy about this whole thing was that Jordan Love, he did a lot of mistakes in this game today. I think he threw like he threw 3 interceptions today. No touch, 212 yards, 3 interceptions today. Josh Jacobs, 81 yards rushing with the touchdown. That was pretty much the only touchdown that they had gotten today. Jaden Reed got hurt. Romeo Doubs out with the concussion. I think he got hurt real bad. I think, was it Doubs that got out with the concussion? A couple other players that got hurt on the Packers side of the ball. So Packers losing people like crazy. Got 2 sacks today. And Packers losing people like crazy today. And pretty much just Jordan Love and the backups, so to speak. Josh Jacobs didn't get hurt, so he stayed in the game. But, you know, Philly was just relatively too much for Green Bay, for the Packers. Jalen Hurts with 131 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Saquon Barkley, MVP numbers, putting up them big time numbers, 25 rushes, 119 yards, rushing on 25 carries, 119 yards rushing. Dallas Goddard, 47 yards, 1 touchdown. Jahan Dotson, 1 touchdown as well from the Eagles. Also with the kicking game, 3 of 3 of the field goals. Jake Elliott hitting 3 field goals, pretty much up in their score to 22. Congrats to the Eagles fly day. I got the energy. Moving on to the next game. Believe it or not, hey, I'm not gonna lie. Philly, Saquon Barkley, he did his thing today. Green Bay, they came to play. I'm not gonna lie. Green Bay came to play today. But I think Jordan Love just made a lot of mistakes. I think, like I said, Jordan Love making those 3 interceptions. Again, playing a good team, throwing on a team getting 3 interceptions on Philadelphia, on the Eagles. Throwing on the Eagles with 3 interceptions, as good as they are, and, you know, almost a complete team, or not, if not a complete team, they could kind of compromise, you know, your game plan, your victory, this, that, and the other. So Philly, Philly, but the Eagles, yes, they definitely, and also what's crazy about it, next week, I think, I get into the matchups later on. I think it does, who play? Oh, I think between the Rams and Vikings game, they play Philly next week, if I'm not mistaken. But I get to the playoff bracket next week when I pull it up. But Eagles, they definitely got the energy. Jalen Hurts and company out there playing ball. They balling, they scrapping. So yeah, played pretty good today. Eagles got the energy. Moving on to the game, the thriller itself. Moving on to the Commanders and Bucks game. Man, this game came all the way down to the wire. At one point, no. Let me start back over. Commanders 23, Bucks 20. Jaden Daniels and company. Jaden Daniels is also pretty much Jaden Daniels is relatively rookie of the year. I mean, he's coming off that Heisman win, number 2 draft pick. Jaden Daniels 268 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Jaden Daniels also with 36 yards rushing. Pretty much them 36 yards helped them out at the end of the game, got them in field goal range. De'Ami Brown, 89 yards receiving, 1 touchdown. Terry McLaurin, 89 yards receiving, 1 touchdown. Wow. The number, same amount of yards receiving, same result of a touchdown. Also, on the Commanders with 1 sack today. Zane Gonzalez with 3 field goals today. hitting those field goals, 52 yards long, longest one 52 yards. Moving on to the Bucks, Baker Mayfield, 185 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Bucky Irvin, 77 yards rushing, no touchdown. Mike Evans with the touchdown, 92 yards receiving. Bucky Irvin also with the touchdown reception as well. And also, Baker Mayfield losing that fumble. They put Washington in that when they fumbled. When Baker Mayfield fumbled that ball on their side of the field, Washington wound up recovering that fumble. And guess what? And Washington went for it on 4th down. No, they went for it twice on 4th down tonight. Listen, let me tell you something real quick. Dan Quinn, you are not Dan Campbell. I'm gonna say that one more time. Dan Quinn, okay? You are not Dan Campbell. You really not Dan Campbell. Listen, the only coach in the NFL that need to be going forward on 4th down is Dan Campbell of the Detroit Lions. Hey, listen, bet on that man any day of the week. Dan Quinn, you almost became Dan Quick tonight, okay? You are not Dan Campbell. You're Dan Quinn. Remember that. Listen, no offense. I know the Falcons my team, but Dan Quinn, let me remind you of something. 28-3, bruh. I'm just here to let you know. Yeah, no offense. Listen, I'm a Falcons fan. Born in Atlanta, Falcons till I die. Listen, let me tell you something real quick. Dan Quinn. When it comes to 4th down, think about this every time when you go forward on 4th down, 28-3. So therefore, it gives you some sensibility, okay? So every time 4th down come up, when you go forward, think about this, 28-3. That's all I'm saying, bro. You ain't Dan Campbell. There's only one person that can do that. That's Dan Campbell. Not Dan Quinn, Dan Campbell. Your last name ain't Campbell. Your last name is Quinn, okay? All right, now, every time 4th down come up, even though you got Jaden Daniels, think about it. 28-3. That's all you need to know. Now, anyway, but I'm not gonna lie. You guys definitely got the energy tonight, though. Oh, man. Hey, all the way down, 3 seconds left on the clock, kicking a field goal. Doink. Hitting the goal post, going inside. And then they got a lucky doink tonight. Yeah, I call it the doink on the doink playoff bowl. Basically kicking the field goal. I forgot how long that field goal was when he kicked it, but when it hit the upright, doink, and went inside and wound up winning the game. So pretty good. The Commanders, you guys definitely got the energy. I'm not gonna lie. Getting into this whole thing, getting into the future playoff games. Listen, y'all got, hey, it's about to be real. Hey, listen, next weekend, look, everybody think this weekend was a wild card playoff. It's wild. No, next weekend is gonna be wild. So this weekend we had the wild card. Next weekend is gonna be wild. I'm not gonna lie. It might be some upsets going on next weekend. I'm just gonna let you know. Let me go ahead and get to the to this playoff picture coming in next week, man. Now, as y'all can see right now, hold on, let me pull this up real quick. This is a little better right there. Now, here's the deal right here. As y'all can see right now, this is what's going on right now. Now, let's look at the AFC side, because this seems to be pretty locked up right now. Houston, the Texans. Hold on, this is the crazy part about it. Hold on, let me go here real quick. Fun fact real quick. Do you know that do you know that during this wild card weekend, all of the divisional champs of their respective divisions in the AFC won? Texans, Ravens, Bills, Chiefs getting the #1 seed. Believe it or not, so next weekend, it will be 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 playing #1, and 1 playing 4, 2 playing 3. Next weekend in the AFC. So it's gonna be very interesting to see what's going on next weekend in the AFC. Also, now, this weekend, with the the Eagles winning their division, beating the Packers. Of course, the Rams. The Rams haven't played yet. Nor has the Rams haven't played yet. So that could be another loss right there. Like I said, it is wild card weekend. But I think next weekend in the AFC, I'm thinking it's going to be some upsets that are going to be going on. Let me go ahead and get back this playoff bracket real quick. So we already know. Let's start with the right side first. So that's already locked in. So we already know the Texans blew past the Chargers, so they got to play the Chiefs next. They got to go to Kansas City to play the Chiefs. Now, here's the deal. The Ravens being the Steelers. They won. Buffalo, the Bills, took care of business today with the Broncos. So I'm going to tell you what's going to go on next weekend. This is my belief. I have a belief that next weekend in the AFC is going to be wild. I think it's going to be an upset going on in that division next week. I'll get to that in a second. But, yeah, I'm going to get to that in a second. But I'm just going to show you, this is the graphic that you guys are looking at. And this is courtesy of Bleacher Report as well. So this is the Bleacher Report bracket that you see on here. Now, on the other side, which is the NFC side, basically the Commanders beating the Buccaneers. So they have to go to Detroit. Again, the Battle of the Dance. Man, it's crazy how we're talking about all these dances and stuff like that. But the Eagles beating the Packers. And also now tomorrow night will determine who plays the Eagles. So whoever wins between the Rams and the Vikings, the Eagles will host that. The Eagles will host either the Rams or the Vikings. I do like the Vikings winning that game. I just think Minnesota's a little more consistent than the Rams. Not to say they had an off year, but I just think Minnesota just looked too good. They just look too complete. They look very complete to play. But let me get back to that bracket on the AFC side. This is just my opinion. I got a feeling that I think the Ravens will handle the Bills next week. They're just my opinion. I believe that the Ravens will handle the Bills next week. Looking at this graphic here. So the Ravens would definitely have a chance. I think the Ravens will handle the Bills like they did earlier this year. I don't think the Bills will have a chance. It would be one of those type deals where, Georgia playing Texas twice and beating them twice within the same season. So I do like the Ravens beating the Bills. Now, here's my deal. I have a feeling. I got a feeling, right? I think the Texans will probably beat. I think the Texans will probably beat. I think the Texans will probably beat the Chiefs. I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna step on out there. I think the Texans have a better chance in beating the Chiefs. Now, if the Chiefs do win, no surprise. But guess what though? They got to play Baltimore again. They got to play the Ravens again. Now remember, the Ravens almost came back. The Ravens had that game. What it was, but I forgot what receiver that Lamar Jackson threw to on the first game on Thursday night, 2024, first game of the year. Old boy caught that touchdown pass in the end zone. The problem was his foot came down on the white line. He was out of bounds at the back of the end zone. So I honestly think now, I'm gonna give you my scenario, my situation. I'm gonna give you my scenario, and here's the situation. Ravens beat the Bills. Texans beat the Chiefs. Now, the Chiefs beat the Texans. Ravens got to go to the Kansas City and play that game. I think the Ravens going all the way through. That's just my opinion, but I don't want to overly speak. I'm just going to speak game by game, scenario by scenario. So that's my prediction of the next weekend, because next weekend going to be wild. Now, my thing is, all right, now moving on to the other one, the other scenario, the other situation. Detroit pretty much they're gonna beat the Commanders. Now it's gonna be the battle of the Dans. Now this is the crazy part about it. Now when they play these Dans, now the battle of the Dans, which is the fourth down Dans, Dan Campbell, listen, it's gonna be the battle of the fourth down. Dan Campbell playing Dan Quinn on fourth down. Now remember, here's the deal. Dan Campbell on fourth down, go for it. Dan Quinn, if you go for it on fourth down, if you're contemplating going for it on fourth down, okay? If you're contemplating, think about this, 28-3, bruh. Remember, you was confident, but came back, got shit down. Listen, don't go for it on fourth down going against Detroit. That's Dan Campbell, okay? He the only person to go for it on fourth down, okay? So I do like next weekend. I like I like the Lions being the Commanders. I've been riding this horse all year long. The Detroit Lions are the scariest team in football right now. I've been saying that all year long, the scariest team in all of football. So I do like the Lions being that game. Now tomorrow night, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna go on tomorrow night. On tomorrow night, I like the Vikings beating the Rams. I honestly like that because I'm gonna tell you why. The Rams, they're sometime. Even though you got Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp, I forgot who Matthew Stafford. I forgot who the running back was. And the Rams, the defense is okay. They're not a dominant defense. And I just think the Minnesota has the better defense, and I think they have a lot of talent. Jordan Addison, Sam Darnold, Aaron Jones, Justin Jefferson. I'm sorry, I can't think of his name right now. Yeah, Justin Jefferson. So basically, Minnesota's got a lot of talent on offense and also a lot of talent on defense as well. So I do like the Vikings winning that game tomorrow night. They got to go to now. They have to go to. Now, this was going to be crazy. The Vikings and the Eagles. Man, if the Eagles, that's going to be a game right there. I mean, these are too good. This is the crazy part. Now, let's say if the Vikings do win. The Eagles and the Vikings, two evenly matched teams on offense and defense. That might be, man, you know what? That might be a wild one right there. I can see who win that game right there. I mean, Detroit going to win. I mean, I got Detroit eventually winning. Baltimore eventually winning. The Houston Kansas City game, that's gonna be up for a question because Houston definitely has a defense that can get to Patrick Mahomes too. But I do like the Vikings beating the Rams and then having to play Philly. That's gonna be one interesting matchup right there for next week. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, these games, to be honest with you all, believe it or not, I'm picking these teams to win. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. The way these teams are playing right now in the postseason, it could be anybody's game. It really can. It could be anybody's game. Now, even though I got my picks, you got your picks, but guess what? These games can go either way. I think next weekend is gonna be a wild one. So if the Chiefs lose, which I'm thinking they will, let's say they do lose, you're gonna be like, hey man, I don't know. Now, Chiefs lose. Now, I got Baltimore going all the way. I'm just going to tell you, hey, I really got Baltimore. But at the same time, a very good weekend in football within itself. Next weekend, matter of fact, let me go over, let's see here. I'm trying to see if it's the scheduling here. Let me go here real quick. Let me go here. Try to see if it's the scheduling here. NFL playoffs. Okay, all right. NFL wild card round. Okay, let me go down here real quick. All right, division. Okay, there it is right there. All right. So now, all right, we got all these things. Okay, division round. January 18th. That's on Saturday. 4:30. Chiefs playing the Texans. Number 1 Chiefs playing the Texans. That's on Saturday, 4:30 p.m. Now on Sunday, the Bills and the Ravens playing on next Sunday, 6:30 p.m. Very interesting matchup. This is an evening matchup. It's gonna be cold outside. 2 cold weather teams. I get it. So that will be the games for next Sunday. For next Saturday. Texas at 4:30. No, Chiefs Texas at 4:30 on next Saturday. Bills Ravens next Sunday at 6:30. Now let's move on up to the division round. Lions and Commanders at 8 p.m. Eastern. I wonder if that game is on. I wonder if that game is on Peacock or not. But the Eagles playing either the Rams or the Vikings. Like I said, I like the Vikings, and that game will be at 3:00. And of course, on Sunday that game will be at 3:00. So on Sunday, that game being at 3:00 on January 19th at 3:00. Let's go back up to the. Okay, the second game will be the Bills and Ravens on next Sunday at 6:30. So on 4:30 on Saturday, Chiefs, Texans on 4:30 next Saturday, and then that game will be followed by the Lions and the Commanders. And let's go ahead and go to the championship game, to be determined versus to be determined. We already know that. It's January 26th. That's actually on next Sunday. That's actually an NFC championship game on next Sunday on January 26th. I don't know what. Let's see here. There's an NFC Championship game, and I think that's it right there, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on. What's the NFC Championship game? Now, the NFC Championship game, well, both of these games are going to be on next Sunday, though. I mean, oh, no, 2 weeks from now. It'll be the NFC and AFC Championship game. All right, NFC Championship game, that's actually on next Sunday. We don't know what the, hold on. Let me go back up. Wild card round. Oh, both those games are on the same day. That's what I thought it was. So, like I said, next Saturday, Chiefs Texans on Saturday, 4:30. Also, the Lions Commanders at 8:00 p.m. on next Saturday. Now, on next Sunday, it will be the Eagles and Eagles playing the either the Vikings or the Rams at 3:00, and at 6:30 it will be Bills and Ravens at 6:30. Then on the Sunday after that is Championship Sunday. 2 games, just 2 games. We'll win them games, going to the Super Bowl. Okay, that will be determined on January 26th. So I think one game probably at 3:30, 3:00, other be at 6:30. That's typically how the championship games go on Sunday. Then the Sunday after, not the Sunday afterwards, but the 2 weeks from there, the Super Bowl week will be played in New Orleans. So there you have it right there. I gave you my predictions, gave you the scores, commentaries, things of that nature. I'm gonna look forward to seeing y'all. I'm gonna be on here next Saturday. Again, scheduled week after the Commanders-Lions game. Be on next Saturday, and then on next Sunday, it will be after the Ravens and Bills games. Yeah, Bills game, playoff game, divisional playoff game. So next Saturday after the divisional playoff game for the Commanders and Lions Commanders, and on next Sunday after the Bills Ravens divisional playoff game, and then, pretty much I'm gonna be going over the scores and things of that nature, and just give my predictions and who's gonna win what the matchups are gonna be like for the next Sunday's next Championship Sunday games. But till then, that's my show for tonight. Hope y'all have a good night. Good luck to your team. Your team didn't win. Hey, my Falcons didn't win. Hey, we gotta go into 2025. Let's see what it's gonna bring us. See what's gonna bring you all. All teams who won today, your team's still in. Congrats, y'all got the energy. But that's my show for tonight, y'all. I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Peace out. I'm gone.